traditionally, when we would like to manufacture or prescribe a pair of orthoses for our patient, we cast the patient's foot. Whether it is at subtalar joint neutral or not is not really very important, but the technique more or less is the same. Basically, we use either plaster of Paris to capture the shape, the morphology of the foot, or otherwise there are other techniques such as using impression foam, for example. Or nowadays there are also vacuum units that can also capture the shape of the patient's foot. In CAD/CAM technology, we use scanning, which is the equivalent to casting. Scanning utilizes various different technologies to produce a 3D representation or a 3D model of our patient's foot, or namely, of most interest is the contour of the plantar aspect of the patient's foot. In our case, we normally use a laser scanner, and this laser scanner is very similar to a photo scanner, actually, one of these document scanners that we use to photocopy paper, for example, but instead of a simple camera, it also has a laser beam, which basically is used to measure the distance from the laser beam to an area on the plantar aspect of the foot to produce what is known as a point. Now, this point is represented in 3D space by 3 coordinates, which are X, Y, and Z. Once the laser scan moves a little bit, another point is produced, and this is repeated thousands of times until we produce what is known as a point cloud, which this point cloud, when all these points are connected together, they will form a surface, which will be the surface, the plantar aspect of our foot. Other types of scanning or technologies which can produce a 3D model of the foot include technologies of photogrammetry, which is the use of multiple photographs taken, and these photographs are basically used to triangulate sort of the each point to produce a 3D image of the foot. Also, other techniques such as structured white light, in which an image is projected onto the surface to be copied, and 2 cameras take a photo of that object to produce the 3D scan. Nowadays, even simple technologies are using even mobile technology can be used to produce a 3D scan of the object, and with the advancement in technology, scanners are really becoming so much cheaper and so much more readily available. In our case, our patient was scanned using a laser scanner, which basically took this scan of the foot, at the same time, however, also taking an image or a photograph of the foot, and we actually marked the lesion or the location of the ulcer, so that when we model, we would know exactly the area that we will be offloading for this particular patient. So, following the clinical examination, we decided that we will be using a total contact insole in order to offload the neuroischemic ulcer that, as we can see, is situated a few millimeters distal to the first metatarsalophalangeal joint. The idea will be to offload this area by the use of a total contact insole, which will cover the area of the arch, and we will be designing a single-winged plantar cover in order to redistribute pressure from the area of the first MPJ to the other metatarsalophalangeal joints. However, before going into the actual design and manufacture of the insole, we should talk a little bit about CAD/CAM systems. CAD/CAM systems are systems which allow us to design and manufacture any object. It doesn't have to be insoles or orthoses, which can be nowadays CAD/CAM systems are used to design anything